I'm stuck. I just don't know it anymore. I'm out of inspiration, really. And every time that I do get some inspiration, something ends up wrong. It always ends up bad. I record my awesome video, I import it in Premiere Pro and it crashes. What should I do? Can you help me?
Yeah, man. I've been there. I get it. You know. Not always easy, but I have the solution for you. The only thing you have to do is open your mind, look into the heart of the fire, and you will see it.
What do you mean the fire? I have to look in the fire.
Yeah, man. Just concentrate on the heart of the fire, and your possibilities will be endless.
Okay. Come on, dude. What the hell is this? You've been creating videos for over 10 years now, and I know you can do it. That's not it. You've created hundreds of videos and inspired millions of people. It's not about what inspires you, it's what inspires them. So just get up and do it. Yeah, you're totally right. I know what I have to do now. But now this thing is really creeping me out, so you can go now, right? I'll be watching you. Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Ignace Aleya. I hope you enjoyed that little intro. We didn't have much time to create this, so I know it's not perfect, but we tried to get something out for you. So as you could see in this video, I used the out-of-body experience ghost effect, which is a really cool effect and not that hard to create, and you don't need anything additional to creating this scene. So that's what you will be seeing today in Adobe After Effects. If you want to be using the exact same footage as me, we'll put a link in the description below so you can download that and follow along with this tutorial. Now let's take a short break for today's video sponsor. If you are a creative of some sort and you want to get your name out there, you'll need a website. A website is your digital business card to send out to new potential clients and also to be more visible on the web. A website can either make or break a deal, and I'm not kidding. I've been through this one in the past. Make sure it looks great and not outdated. Wix.com is a professional website builder and today's video sponsor, and they have super straightforward tools to make a professional looking website on your own. You don't need any knowledge of coding, and they have plenty of templates to choose from, which you can also modify to your preferences. Also, for the videographers out there, they have Wix Video, which is an amazing tool to integrate your videos in a very professional and presentable way on your website. If you want to find out more about Wix.com, definitely follow the link in the description below, and I was actually able to get a nice discount code for you guys, so you can also find that in the description below. Alright, so the first thing that I did is I recorded myself sitting in the chair. I did my speech like I'm looking at the ghost. I know the acting skills, still have to work on them, but just give me some credit, please. Yeah. So the next thing that I did was I acted the same scene while I was sitting in kind of the same position, and then I would get out of my body and look straight to myself and talk and again do the same kind of speech, and then I walked out of that shot to grab a clean plate of my shot. And we're gonna be using all of these different shots in Adobe After Effects right now, so let's jump into Adobe After Effects and get started. Alright, so here we are in a fresh new After Effects project. So in the description below you can download a folder which will include these 3 video files. Well, actually one is an image, which is actually a clean plate, as you can see right here. The next is the footage of me standing up and acting as a ghost. I did put in a small time ramp. As you can see in the beginning, that's just speeding up a little bit to kind of enhance that ghost effectiveness. But yeah, you can easily do that yourself with some time remapping in Adobe After Effects. I just thought I'd save you the trouble of doing that. And then right here we have the footage of me sitting down and looking at the ghost. So what we will be doing is import the first footage here, so the seated footage, and we're going to drag this into a new composition. So here we have our entire composition of me just sitting. Then the next thing that I want to do is bring in my clean plate on top of that. And as you can see, we are now covering our previous scene. We actually don't need to see our clean plate, so I'm going to toggle this off. And then next, I want to import my footage here for the ghost and bring that on top here. So what I will be doing now is, well, bring this out here and just rename this composition to my main composition. So here we will be doing the final effect. And what we want to do is key out the ghost effect so we can see myself sitting in the chair. So what you could do is change the blending mode to screen, and then you would see like both of these. But of course, then the bottom one also doesn't work fine, so that's not what we want exactly. So I will just create, well, make this back to normal and create a new solid layer, and this is going to be our alpha matte. This matte will just be like a mask for the layer below it. So what we will be doing is just uncheck this so we don't need to see this, and then right here where I sit, I'm just going to drag very roughly around myself like that. And then I will go and press M on the keyboard to create a stopwatch keyframe by clicking over here and make a keyframe for the mask path. 1 second forward, and then just move all the points in the right direction so we cover up kind of the chair and everything else, but it can be very roughly because we are going to be using a different technique to make it even more perfect. So just quickly do this and double check in between all the keyframes if you don't skip something. Okay, there we go. And then I will also put it like over here, and over here it can be pretty rough, so let's select all these and bring them over here and make this a little bit wider so we see my head perfectly, and then just kind of check where I get out of out of the frame and kind of readjust that over there. So I think that should be it for the entirety of the ghost effect. Double check it a few times, but I think that will do the job. Alright, so now if we are going to enable our solid layer, this is just going to cover our footage, but now we want to tell our footage to look at the layer above it and see that as a mask. So the reason why I didn't put that mask on my footage itself is because that kind of made some artifacts with our ongoing effects that we're going to apply to that layer. So that's why I chose this way, and this is the best way of doing this and approaching this effect. So we're going to click on our ghost layer, and you should see the track matte option right here. If you don't see that, just toggle the switches. We're going to change this to an alpha matte. So now the layer is going to look at the alpha matte and see, okay, so that's all we should see here. And if you're going to solo this, you'll see that now we're using that layer as a mask. Okay, so there we go. We already have something like this, which looks pretty cool already. We can already do some kind of twin action here, so that's also a nice technique that you can use. But now what I want to do is key out the rest of the background so you can definitely see all the rest of the background. We don't want to see that because if we're going to change this to screen, again, we have the same problem. So you could either do this with a green screen, but a green screen takes a lot of effort, and some of you might not even have a green screen. And yeah, a ghost doesn't necessarily have to look super detailed. So what I came to is using the clean plate as a green screen. And the way I'm going to be doing this, we're going to tell to this footage to look at the clean plate and look at the difference in between these shots. So I'm actually going to unsolo this. We're going to be looking at the differences between the clean plate and this shot right here. So basically everything is the same except me in that shot is not the same. So now we can actually key myself out that way. So what I will be doing is going to the ghost layer and go for effect keying, and I'm going to be using a difference matte. So here we're going to be telling to look at the clean plate and check the differences in our shot. So we can uncheck the clean plate, we don't need to see that. And now we already start seeing something, but as I'm wearing something brown and the background is kind of brown, as you can see right here, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult. So we can play with the matching tolerance and just bring this lower until we see something like this. And then of course you can play with the softening and just play around with everything until you are satisfied. And then if we play back the entirety of the shot, we still want to kind of get the chair away. So Something like that also looks pretty cool. We don't need to see everything perfect. And for the beginning of the chair, it doesn't really matter that much. You could key it out a little bit better on that solid, or you can press F and just feather it a little bit to give it some more flair like that. Okay. And there we have me as a ghost. And actually, I really like the fact that it isn't keyed perfectly, because we see a little bit less details in our ghost now. So if we're going to bring back our original footage, now we have ourselves standing here in that shot. And again, you can play around with all these settings, change this to like 2 or 1, or maybe what you can do is also animate this, and like before I stand up, I kind of want to animate this to be like 15, and then like right over here I want to change this to like 1, and that way you kind of fade in a very cool way, as you can see right here, which is also a very cool approach. So the next thing that you want to do is just change the blending mode of this layer to a screen, and there we have it. So we already have our ghost. It's that simple. So, well, actually I could end the tutorial here, but we're going to try and make it look a little bit more fancy. So if you're not satisfied, you can also duplicate this shot. Make sure you also duplicate the alpha matte with it, and then you can change this to like a normal and play with the opacity or play with other blending modes. Just go creative like you want. I'm not gonna be doing that in this tutorial. I'm satisfied with this look. So now we have our ghost here, and the next thing that we want to do is kind of make it warp a little bit to give it a little bit more dimension of another dimension. So what I'm going to be doing for that is click on my ghost layer and on the alpha matte on layer pre-compose, and this is going to be our ghost keyed. And actually, before I do that, I should also include the clean plate. So select that as well and go back to layer, pre-compose it, and rename it to ghost keyed. And now I want to create a new solid layer, and this is going to be noise. So we're going to be creating noise to react on our ghost and to animate the warping effect. So what I will be doing is go to Effect, Noise and Grain, and we're going to apply a fractal noise effect, which many of you might already know I like to use a lot because it's a very powerful effect. So I'm going to change this to a dynamic progressive type, and I'm also going to jump into the transform settings and maybe make it a little bit bigger. And then for the complexity, you can change this to like 2 or 3. And then I'm going to hold Alt and click on the stopwatch for the evolution. Here I want to animate the evolution with an expression. So I'm going to write something like time times 250. And if we're going to see this, we can see that now our noise is animated. So we're going to be using this information to warp our ghost keyed effect. So again, we're going to uncheck the noise effect because we don't want to see the effect, we just wanted to manipulate this layer. And to do that, I'm going to be using an effect, distort displacement map. So we're going for the displacement map, and for the displacement map we want to look at the noise, but it's not gonna do anything until we go over here and also look at the effects and masks. So now you can already see a little bit of a difference, but the bigger difference is gonna come in when you change the horizontal displacement and the vertical displacement to something like 25. And if we're going to preview this and set this to a lower quality so we can preview a little bit quicker, you can already see some warping. And if you want to change the warping to be a little bit more subtle or a little bit bigger, you can just go and play with the horizontal displacement and the vertical. You can go as crazy as you want, and then you have something like this, which doesn't really look that good. But yeah, you can do a lot of fun things. So I'm going to change this back to 25. You can also go into the noise and play like with the scale here, make it a little bit more subtle like that. So that's also pretty cool actually. So let's keep that for now. And there we have it. Okay, so that's it for the ghost effect, but to make the ghost glow a little bit, I will be using one of our presets, which is actually free and you can get that on our website. I will put a link in the description below. If you click on your ghost effect, is go to Effect, Channel, and add a solid composite first, and then make this black. Click OK, and then we want to go to the effects and presets and search for that preset, Perfect Glow, and we're going to apply that right here. You can also use a normal glow, but the Perfect Glow just works so much better. And if you don't see some differences here, what you should do is go to the project manager and make sure that you change it to a 32 bits per channel. And then we want to go back to the effect and lower something like the threshold to like 15 or even 5. Let's say 10, and increase the intensity to your preferences, something like that, and increase also the radius, and play with all the settings until you are satisfied. But as you can see, the glow really makes a very big difference. If we're going to kind of disable this so you can really see what's going on here, it's a huge difference, and I really think it looks so much better with the glow. So here I see myself in the entirety. I'm actually going to lower the intensity just a bit to something like 0.23, so a little bit of difference, and there we go. So now we have some glow on our ghost, and that's basically it. If we're going to be previewing this, we have something like that, which is actually super cool. So you can also cut like right over here where we would actually see the ghost. Boom. Cool. Alright, so that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a like. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more, and definitely hit the notification bell so you get notified when I upload new videos. Also, check out our website. We have a bunch of things to offer, and if you buy something from the website, it helps to support this channel. Catch you in the next one. Goodbye.